everyone, it's Kim with Memories Cast Love. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Once we have 100 subscribers, I'll have a Dollar Tree giveaway. I really hope you enjoy this craft, so let's get started. Okay, for this project, we will need a picture frame. This one is 9 3/4 square. It's the one that has 2 spots for a 2.5 by 3.5, a spot for a 5 by 7. We won't be using the mat, so you could use that for something else. We will also be using one of the black poster board 11 by 14s. There's 5 in this pack, but we'll only be using one. You'll need some white paint. Then I have a little tray for the paint. You'll want a little sponge that's you don't want it where there's hardly any holes, because when we sponge, we'll want to see some holes in it. Then I picked up 3 of these Valentine's Day cards. This one is to my husband with the arrow. This one is the love potion, be my Valentine. And this one is a Valentine's Day wish with a bunch of hearts. You'll also need either double-sided tape or foam mounting tape. I'm going to try it with the foam mounting tape, but if it doesn't look right, my double-sided tape will be the backup. We will also need a paper cutter or a pair of scissors, wire cutters to open the tabs on the back of the picture frame. Then also, we do not need the envelopes to the cards, so you could use those for another craft. So we can just get rid of those. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to remove the tabs on the back of the picture frame. Well, not remove them, pull them up so we can get the glass. This one's got 2 right there on the same. They're both in the same hole. So we're just pulling the tabs up. These wire cutters or pliers or whatever you want to use, they really helps us to not hurt your finger. Okay, then I just make sure I have them up. Remove the backing. Take out the piece of paper that comes with it. Like I said, we won't be using the mat, so you can save it for another craft. Then we are going to remove the glass. Okay. We're going to put a little bit of paint in there. And we're going to take the paint and put it on here. You want, though, to be able to see, we'll be putting some of the black poster board behind it, so you'll want to be able to see through it. So, let's see. My tray's so tiny. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so I'm going to start over here and just see how I have where I can still see through to behind it. That's what we want. We just don't want it completely black of a background. That is not very Valentine's Day-ish. No special technique to this, just however you want to do it. Just going to go around at the top again because it was really thick there. And just undo a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Oops, I got a big chunk there. Okay, and that's it for the backing. Okay, we're going to let that dry. This is 9" and 9". So we're going to take the poster board that has tons of glitter on it from the last project, and we are going to cut it 9 inches, which I don't know why I'm doing it that way. Apparently my brain has quit working. Okay, here's 9 inches. So we're going to go ahead and chop that piece off. Don't need. Okay, again, 9 inches. Don't need. Okay, and then we'll be putting that behind this. I'm going to turn it over because of, well, I guess this side has just as much glitter too. But I'm going to go ahead and use some double-sided tape on the back. Scoot it up a little bit more so you can see. I'm not going to use much, so in case I ever want to change the background, I just use black because I wanted the pink and the reds to show up. Goodness, to show up. Okay, so then we're just going to turn it over and try and line it up here. There we go. Just as best you can do. It should be covered by a little bit of the frame, and plus you'll have this also too. So there's the backing. Now we're going to go ahead and dissect the card. Okay, I'm not wanting the "to my husband" part, even though I love my husband. Okay, we're just taking that off. That just had little foamy pieces on it, so you can use that for something else. Okay, we are wanting the arrow, so we're going to go ahead and actually I'm going to rip out this. I'm going to use that for something else too, a different craft. And then we don't need this part at all, so get rid of that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the arrow part. Then just as long as you don't see too much of the black, I mean, it will be a black background, but you don't want to see too much of that. Okay, then again for this, let's see where the foam piece is at in there. It's in a little bit more, so we can go ahead and trim. Whoops, just as long as it doesn't go on our picture frame, huh? Okay, and then on this side, go ahead and chop that off. Oops, I don't want to chop too much because then we won't have anything to put the arrow on. Okay, then I'm going to, as you can see, whoops, sorry about that. It's see-through here, so I need to take off some more back here. There we go, and a little bit. This will probably be the death of us. Okay, so there is my arrow. We'll go ahead and set him on there. Next is the love potion. I really like the swirls, but I don't know if I can incorporate them into here. So we are going to go ahead and pull off the back of these. This actually, you could just use the foam that's on it if you don't ruin the potion bottle. This one's a little bit, seems to be a little bit tougher. Okay, let's go out. I don't want to rip anything. There. There's the potion bottle. And there's the sticky on the back. And we're just going to leave that go. And we'll come back to this if I can figure out a way to use it. The last card is this. And I'm just pulling off the hearts that have the sticky on them. Again, the little stickies on there. And that one. Turn that over. There's also a jewel heart, but we're not going to use it for this one. But here's still an intact card if you wanted to make something with that. Okay, so we're going to see if this is dry. And it is. So now we're going to assemble our picture. Okay, so the part that you have that is the wet part will stay up toward the board. So you're just going to put this in here. Okay, then you're going to take off your foam pieces. Shake off a little bit of the glitter. Okay, and then we're going to put this back on with the hanging side up. And you're just going to push your tabs down. So you just need to be careful because these aren't the best picture frames since they are only $1. Okay, and there is the back. Okay, and now this one we'll have to use some of the tabbing. So I'm going to set it out first how I would like to have it. These are already pre-cut, but I probably have to cut more off of them. I don't know how many pieces are in here. It didn't say. It just said, I don't know what they did with the box. It just said it's 10 feet long. So let's go ahead and turn this over. And I think I'm going to cut tiny strips. I also had little dots to go, but I think I'm just going to cut the tiny strips here. So, oops. Maybe do 4 across. And we'll just do again, it doesn't have to be perfect because let's make it bigger there. Okay. Let's put one there, which this still has tape on the other side. So I can still rip off that tape and hopefully it won't be too hard to rip it off once I have all the tiny pieces on there. Probably shouldn't be setting them on there so that way I do not scratch what I just did. Okay, and then yet I do it again. You probably don't need this many. I'm just making sure it stays. Okay, so then we'll need another little tabby. Oops, that one, the tab came off. So let's see. I'm going to pick a different one that has the pieces still, I don't want it sticky on both sides. Whoops. So We just want this to stand out from the frame like those pieces are. But that one's a tiny one that I made. Okay, and then this one can be just a little bit, whoops. Okay, into my paint it went. Let's go ahead and put this piece here. Yeah, there. Pull out another one, and we're going to cut a piece to go on the end there. Oh my goodness, that one wanted to go in there too. Okay, and there's that. Okay, so now, again, figure out where the hanger is up there. Okay, so now I'm going to pull off all the little tabs so that way we can stick it down. Again, do we want the arrow pointing up like it's shooting? Do you want it down? I prefer it up. So we're just going to find a middle. Place my arrow on here. Okay, there's what the arrow looks like. Sorry about my lighting. I still need to figure that out. Okay, next we're going to take the bottle that still has the foam pieces on it, and we're going to try and center it somewhere in here. Okay, and I'm just going to put my ruler up here so I can make sure I have the top. 3/4, just a tad bit over. There we go. Okay, now just go ahead and pop that down. I could have put a little bit more on there, but I think it looks fine that way. Nice little potion bottle. Okay, and then we have our hearts to put on here. Okay, so we're going to put it up in the corner, and then just have, I'm just going to do that one. I'm going to go ahead and press this down. This one had 2 stickies on it. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this one down just a smidge and pull it over a little bit. I know I'm a perfectionist. Okay. If you notice smudges too, you could have put or wiped it off with glass cleaner beforehand. And then I'm going to go ahead. I like that there, so we're just going to push that one down too. And there is your picture. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got some inspiration. Click on the Show More below to find out more about the items I used today, and we'll see you next time. And remember to make some loving memories today.